Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a review of a figure that was actually really annoying and on a very existential level. Okay, so if you still look at my Reddit thread, which by the way we just passed 200 members, which is kind of cool, despite the fact that I haven't made a Reddit video for such a long time. But someone remembered an old promise I made that I would make a figure of Demon the Cat, which is the mascot of my Reddit page, and you know, like, we passed the membership threshold. If you're still interested in seeing that custom being made, then let me know. But okay, so on my Reddit thread, SparkleWolf404 found out that the current wave of the of the Sonic the Hedgehog Jack's Pacific line was available to order for the same price as you will be able to get them in Target, which was really cool. My cousin has an Amazon Prime account, so they were able to get the free shipping for me and send one over. Unfortunately, Mephiles the Dark was already sold out, which really sucks. But we got Heavy Gunner. And the thing that was so infuriating is the day after I placed the order, I went into a Target and saw a Heavy Gunner hanging on the pegs. I could have bought it on retail and had it in my hands like 3 or 4 days sooner. God. And no, the Mephiles was still sold out. This is going to be a very difficult to find figure. Hopefully, I will get a Mephiles eventually, but this is the review for the more destructive member of the hard-boiled heavies that demands you respect its authority. You know, actually, given that line and this round shape, I can kind of expect that to come out as, "Respect my authority!" And here is Heavy Gunner out of the packaging, looking very much like, well, he's basically a robot traffic cop. What do you want me to say? His accessory is the cannon that he comes with. Now that I see it in person, this looks a lot like a speed gun. You know, like the thing that the cops would use to detect speeding vehicles, like with the LiDAR. His left hand is sculpted to hold it, and all you gotta do is get it past his fingers, and his trigger lines up very nicely with the finger. Of course, it's such a huge gun that it kind of dominates his entire body when he's holding it, but the gun is light enough and his stance is stable enough that he can totally stand while holding the gun. So yeah, way to go, look at that. That is really cool that he is totally capable of holding and posing with his gun without the gun having to like be counterbalanced in any way. That's really cool and I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Heavy Gunner. You have my respect. Okay, but I'm going to take the gun out of his hand now so we can talk about the figure itself and all of its detailing. So we got us the painted hat, the painted light on his head, little bit of a paint mar right there, not a big deal. He has, I like how they picked out the little radial thingy, like it has the black end and it's a different shade of gray than the rest of his faceplate is. Nice touch. His head is on a swivel. You can see the sculpted bits all around. So yep, they did not cheap out in any of his detailings. The jetpack on the back can actually rotate around. That's kind of nifty. And, you know, he has his big old four-fingered hands, his buttons, and all of his little egg robo limbs. Everything on here looks really good. Like, it is totally perfectly accurate to the way the character looks in the game and in the concept art. So, yeah, way to go. Articulation is also fantastic. He has a swivel head that I showed you. Nothing in the waist, but these Sonic figures never do. But he has universally jointed shoulders, universally jointed elbows with the proper bicep swivel. The elbow bends past 90 degrees. That's actually really cool. And he has ball jointed wrists that can wiggle around and rotate. Universal hips that go forward pretty far. Considering the shape of the hips, that's actually a pretty decent range. And I like that they can go forward and backwards without going outwards. Like, usually when you have a V-cut crotch like this and you try to bring the leg up, it would come out outwards like this. But nope, they engineered it in such a way that he has good, excellent range in his hips. And he does indeed have a knee with a knee swivel, a perfectly placed thigh swivel, and an ankle swivel. The ankle is a swivel and not a ball joint. So that is really fantastic. This figure is eminently posable and can stand and look good in all kinds of actiony poses. I'm just gonna... There we go. Yeah, he looks pretty darn fantastic. So, yeah, wonderful figure. Incredibly wonderful. So, let's bring in a comparison, of course, to the one and only Egg Robo. So we can see a comparison of the original with the variant. His limbs look a little bit thicker. I'm not sure, like, is this a consequence of the fact that they were trying to do the chibi classic stylings, so his limbs came out looking thicker to be more like the classic stylings? Because the original version of the Egg Robo looks a little bit lankier. Do you think that they were trying to like do the modern generation's look of an Egg Robo? Well, this is more capturing the classic sprite art. Not 100% on that, but they are more or less eye to eye with each other. Maybe the eye line of the original Egg Robo is a little bit higher, but thanks to the light in his head, the hard-boiled heavy version is a little bit taller. And you know, like, it's not like the giant cannon is inaccurate to the weapon that an Egg Robo should be using. In fact, you might say that Heavy Gunner is the one that is the most like the original Egg Robo, because he retains the giant hand cannon gimmick that the original Egg Robo was so famous for. And of course, there is only one person that we can bring in here to round this out. We gotta compare him to his daddy, Dr. Eggman. And yeah, you know what? I respect that this is how a hard-boiled heavy would look if it was standing next to Dr. Eggman. Yeah, this works great. Now, a 4-inch classic Sonic would look too tall next to this, so that's what you get the 2.5-inch Sonic for. But yeah, like with the 4-inch Dr. Eggman, these things match perfectly. Yeah, like I just wish that they did this for Mecha Sonic, but you know, that's a completely different argument. All right, so yes, if you can find this guy at retail, absolutely get him. He looks fantastic. Heavy King is coming out in the very next wave, I have seen that the classic Knuckles in the 4-inch scale, which is coming out in the next wave also, is also available on Amazon. I think the link is still in my Reddit thread, so you can go ahead and go there if you want it, because I tried searching for it manually and I couldn't get there, but somehow Sparklewolf was able to find links, and they were kind enough to give them, so you know, go with that. I think it was Sparklewolf. It was a Redditor. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Wake Angel 2001 signing off.